Hello everybody, and welcome back to Action Figure Review. On this episode, we're taking a look at Marvel Legends Wolverine. Now, for those longtime fans of the channel, you would know that I'm a huge Batman fan, a huge WWE fan, but a little known fact is I'm actually a big Wolverine fan. Overall, really Marvel, DC, they're both good. I can't really stand when people go too overboard dissecting this or that, because outside of the top 10 on both sides, there's just multiple rip-offs of the other fill both sides. So really, I don't get too deep into that Marvel versus DC thing. I do prefer DC, but I don't hate Marvel. So I just enjoy it all. I like Batman and I like Wolverine. Mildly generic choices, I'm sure, but I like who I like. And apparently, so do a lot of other people, because this Wolverine was a tremendous pain in the ass to find. Once I found it, I have not found another one since. So I'm glad. A big thank you to Walgreens in Woburn for actually having this Wolverine. Now, let's take a look at this figure. This is the classic Wolverine. The very famous Wolverine is in the yellow and black and blue from the 90s cartoon, but this was the one I had the original 80s figure of, the Superpowers figure. I didn't have the claws, of course, but I did have Wolverine. And I had an old 80s cartoon of the X-Men, and this is the outfit he was in. And I just always preferred this outfit. I never really cared for the yellow, black, blue outfit, even though it's not tremendously different from this. But I just really loved, like, the dark brown with the strong yellow. Like, it wasn't as bright. He was a little darker. And he looked, I don't know, looks more vicious, I guess, is one way to put it. I just really like the color scheme overall. This figure captures that tremendously. Super ripped, you know what I mean? Looks like he jumped right out of the cartoon, right off the comic book pages. Got great articulation to do almost all of his famous poses. The X-Cross, you know what I mean? Like Berserker mode. Ready to just rip him apart, bub. And also the height is great on it. He's just the right height. As I mentioned, great articulation for all sorts of poses. Just a really phenomenal figure overall. I mean, I got some paint chip splotch in here, but that's really minor things overall. Overall, the design of the figure, I think, is excellent. Something that goes unnoticed, perhaps. You would think that his eyes are white, but they're actually silver. And that just creates a tremendous effect as you're looking at it, because it still looks white, but once you pay a little closer attention, you see it's silver, and just a really cool way to do that effect on the figure. Now, he did come with a couple of accessories. Well, I guess a couple accessories is correct. Along with that, you get the Juggernaut Build-A-Figure head, which is now available on eBay, and also a pair of no claw hands, which for me is just useless. But if you're another Wolverine fan and you want to do the one hand with the claws out, one hand with the claws in, if you do action figure poses from comic books, obviously these are an invaluable piece. But for me personally, growing up with the old Toy Biz Wolverines that never had almost never had decent claws, this figure actually has really cool and accurate claws. So there's no way I'm taking out these claw hands and putting in no claw hands. Just not gonna happen. And speaking of Wolverine, I'm actually pretty excited for that Logan movie in March, so that should be really cool. I can't wait to see that. And I'm so glad that I picked up this figure. Now, I thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned for next week's episode of PWS Action Figure Review. Catch you later, guys.